Ado-Ekiti State in company of our Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development to this program that is ongoing. When it was launched, the Honorable Minister was in with a lot of promises by His Excellency, and we can see that the program is ongoing. Not to waste our time, my own assignment is just important dignitaries among us this afternoon. Let and we can see the result everywhere. And one of the main points to see the faces of millionaires, emerging millionaires, coming up. Do that with I have another privilege to introduce to you this afternoon our Honorable Minister. One thing I want to understand, our period or regime that will be having minister, but for this or the other, they will not even step this state. In the course of thank you very much, sir. I have the honor and privilege to introduce to you the young man and both day and night. Let me tell you this, also to achieve results. Our mission of the protocol, I want to recognize the presence of all members of the to equally recognize here all the entourage of the Honorable Minister. I will introduce them to this team. I will recognize the presence of all the directors and general managers of the ministry. Thank you very much. And equally we have people that are already in business. They too are participating in the program. They are seated right here. I don't want to waste much of our time. So I have the honor and privilege to invite the Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Romates. Let's start with what
the Governor of the State, Dr. Ado-Ekiti, opportunity to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It gladdens my heart that we have this particular occasion come to pass in this state. One of the few things that will be, running to hit in terms of targets is to ensure that we get the right thing done when it comes to agriculture in the state. When we look at what we have as an agenda, the 8-point agenda, there's one that is very prominent, that is Agenda 3. We talked about modernizing agriculture and ensuring that we use agriculture as a platform to create jobs, that we use agriculture as a platform to generate revenue in the state. That has actually, driven the entire Ministry of Agriculture and the entire government to come up with a very sound program in which we have tacked YCAD. Over the past few months, we've been tinkering around how to make this particular program effective. And some months back, this particular program was launched. And I'm happy that the program was actually launched by the Governor of Ekiti State in the presence of the Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development. Months after milestone of that particular program, and that is the reason why we're gathered here today. I'm happy that I have the Honorable Minister for Agriculture in our midst again. That shows the importance that it places on our operation and intervention approach in the state. and every member of my constituency, the emerging farmers, so to say, the existing farmers, and every other person that is present here. I just want to say thank you very much, and you're welcome to do this.
I'm giving your own applause, but I want us to give his own now. Let's clap for everybody. How is there on the working visit? So we want to hear from him. So I have the honor and privilege now to invite the governor of the state, the man behind the success of this program.
Thank you. Please be again to the land of honor. The Honorable Commissioner, a pleasure for me to welcome the Honorable Minister and all of you to this epoch-making ceremony. I consider it so as we are at this event living witnesses to a revolution sweeping through our land to change the course of agriculture from farming to agribusiness in our checkered history of economic survival and sustenance. We all know through the ages that our fathers toiled the land to bring the fruits of the field to sustain themselves and family members in a most inconvenient and agonizing manner. One common feature of that era was a whole army of farmers scattered in small portions on expanses of land, reaping insignificantly little from massive labor and effort. The implements of trade were cutlasses and hoes, which they deployed for cultivation. These indeed were tools of retardation. Commercialization of agricultural activities then was a Herculean task for those who ventured into it. It is therefore understandable why farming was unattractive to the youths of the generation, who of course rightly view it as a sign of life failure and backwardness. The policy of this administration, as captured in our 8-point agenda, is to change this orientation for the benefit of the state and its people, conceiving our comparative advantage in agricultural activities for economic rejuvenation and growth. Besides this, a recently released African Human Development Report by the United Nations noted that the high rates of economic growth have not prevented nearly a quarter of the population of sub-Saharan Africa from being affected by hunger. I need not overflow the issue that our currently reported growth rate in Nigeria, which is one of the highest on the continent of Africa and in the world, is hinged on our extractive sector gains. This suggests that Nigeria without oil is a risk that must be mitigated with all attention. We will need to develop a base for an inclusive and resilient economy by diversifying our economy through a focused commercial agricultural development agenda. As the Honorable Minister used to say, he is yet to come across anyone who eats oil. And I don't think you've come across anyone who eats crude oil. To that extent, food is the only thing we eat, all of us. And it is something we cannot do without. And we have every opportunity of fantastic land, wonderful climate in Ekiti State to turn agriculture to our own oil. And as you know, significant and rapid growth can only be achieved with thorough attention on driving the practice of agriculture as a business. This can only be achieved by empowering and providing more opportunities for young people within the agriculture milieu. Let me say today that without effective policies and agenda on youth development, the benefits of economic growth will continue to bypass a significant proportion of Nigerians, including our teeming population of youth. deliberate policies focused on building capacity and incentivizing youth into agriculture must be embarked upon. Policies that will aggressively create an enabling environment for youth participation in agribusiness should be the bedrock of our diversification agenda. I'd like to make it very clear that the state government is directing its attention on deliberate policy measures and targeted investments aimed at facilitating the participation of youth in practicing modern agriculture as commercial entity. Thankfully, I'm also aware through my own discussion with the Honorable Minister that he has a major initiative on youth development in agriculture. Ours is currently being framed by our managerial and entrepreneurship capacity building program for emerging farmers as well as existing farmers in the state. This managerial and entrepreneurship training program, the participants have just undergone, is expected to prepare you for a future in agriculture and consolidate your knowledge as commercial agribusiness managers. I am glad with the level of drill that you have undergone over the past 2 weeks. My hope is that you will take the knowledge gained with all seriousness in becoming successful commercial farmers of envy. I want you to be assured that the government will provide a strong and protected enabling environment. With required access to resources needed to sustain and give entrepreneurial youth with the advantage required in operating successful agricultural businesses. Specifically, I will not relent in my efforts in ensuring that access to finance, developed land, technology, and necessary market are guaranteed. Let me announce to you today that I have approved about 500 million credit facilities at single-digit interest rate to young and emerging farmers within the YCAD Cooperative Union in Ekiti State. Today, you will all have access to an expandable credit facility of not less than 1.4 million naira each to boost commercial production of high-value crops such as rice, cassava, oil palm, and cocoa. These are to other high-value crops and other areas like poultry and livestock development. However, it is worth noting that this is not a stipend arrangement for unemployed youth. A performance-based structure had been built into the disbursement dynamics to de-emphasize cash disbursements, but emphasize effective business fund utilization for delivery of this program's objective. I'm highly delighted to inform you that my government, with the support of UNDP, and definitely when the Youth Development Program of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture comes fully on stream, I'm confident you will receive support from that particular initiative as well. But currently, together with UNDP, the state government have finalized the engagement of the services of a business support manager to consolidate management of your individual businesses for you. The manager with vast technical and farm business management skills will help in hand-holding you to drive a successful commercial agricultural development operation. Also, with several millions of naira committed to the purchase of farm equipment, such as planters, boom sprayers, seed drills, it will support you in the usage of this newly acquired modern farm equipment for commercial plantation operations. In addition to the work of the business support manager, the state government recently sent 2 of its agri experts in the Ministry of Agriculture to Indonesia on a training program that would also be available to you upon their return. As you're aware, it will require almost 2 million naira to open up 10 hectares of land for commercial operation. The state government had made adequate preparation in ensuring that this is taken off your budget, with the provision of at least 10 hectares of developed land for each of you. As of today, and I'm sure some of you must have visited the farmland around Gede, Yemero, and Orientis, where over 1,000 hectares of newly acquired land is being opened and developed into tractorable land for your uptake. Also, over 2,000 hectares of government land has been allocated for your existing operation and cultivation. I am confident that your operations will boost our target of putting to cultivation several thousand hectares of land in agriculture. This is expected to directly and indirectly engage 20,000 youths in Ekiti by 2014. My hope also is to use the platform provided by the training of these young farmers under the newly established YCAD Cooperative Union to feed, at least in the immediate, the southwestern market of Nigeria. With vegetables and fruits as tomatoes, watermelon, and leafy vegetables, aims assuring food security in Ekiti, in Ibadan, and particularly in the Lagos market. And as I always tell you all the time, on the average, 3 billion naira is spent on food in Lagos at the most conservative estimate of 160 naira, $1 a day per each individual who lives in Lagos. If you go by the population of 15 million that Lagos is, and each and every one of the residents in Lagos spends just $1 a day, you know they spend more than that. I know people who consume food of 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, but just 160 naira for each individual who lives in Lagos on a daily basis gives you 3 billion naira, 90 billion naira in a month. You can begin to imagine what you can make from that market alone. So the vast opportunities available to all of us is there before our very eyes. The choice is ours to make, whether to take advantage of that market or to let it go to others. And I know, given the commitment you've shown, that even if it is 10% of the Lagos market that we manage to corner, imagine what that brings to us in Ekiti. So when I say that my own vision is that in the next 5 to 10 years, 50% of all the resources that we generate in this state would come from agriculture. My hope also is to use the platform provided by the training of these young farmers under the newly established YCAD Cooperative Union to ensure food security in Ekiti as well. A lot of you would also be required to join in commercial nursery operations under our cocoa and oil palm nursery programs, for which we are receiving support also from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, while others will come on board of several medium-scale processing businesses in a bid to consolidate your commercial endeavors and build the entire agricultural value chain. Let me also hint you today that a robust commercial livestock production and development program being designed to engage youth in poultry, fisheries, and piggery production and processing across the state is in motion. In a bid to assure a sustainable venture within this space, the state government is currently finalizing arrangements with experienced private sector institutions to run livestock outgrower scheme with youth. Upon finalization of this intervention program, several tons of poultry, fisheries, and piggery products will be produced by youth from Ekiti State. Already, we're virtually finalizing the Memorandum of Understanding with Zambia from Zambia on this poultry production initiative. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with the support of all stakeholders, and particularly the Honorable Minister, who has almost adopted Ekiti, as a prime vehicle for his agricultural transformation agenda, the state government is currently finalizing plans for the establishment of an innovative and unique College of Agriculture in collaboration with institutions such as ACO's Future Farmers Program. And then ACO, through the auspices of the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, when we were in Washington earlier this year for an investment program. Since then, ACO has been here and entered into full and firm negotiations with the state with a view to establishing a major operation in Ekiti State. This effort is expected to yield the establishment of a model mechanized farming and learning center within the proposed College of Agriculture facility. And the college will offer training courses ranging from basic mechanized agronomy and livestock production technique to high-tech mechanization. It will also offer training on handling high-specification equipment such as tractors and harvesters and other precision farming technology. ACO will support the college with specialized equipment to run a model farm and also train our agri-business managers on latest technology in grain handling and storage techniques. The college facility is expected to sit on a 4,000-hectare land that will include the proposed model farm. Successful farmers from your team are expected to form part of this initial intake of the college to consolidate on your newly acquired technical skills. Let me finally use this opportunity to thank the Honorable Minister, who was at the launch of this program some months ago and is now coming to check on the progress of the program and help graduate its participants. I wish to assure you, sir, of an excellent output towards the efforts of the federal government in relentlessly pursuing the state's agricultural agenda. And I know from your side we can always count on you to support our youth in commercial agriculture development. I want to congratulate the 150 graduating participants and the 50 existing farm managers of this intensive ILO business management training, Start and Improve Your Business program. The journey to commercial agriculture and economic sustainability has just begun. And I know it's a journey that is bound to yield fruitful and bountiful dividends. Thank you.
The man behind the success of the program. He's doing it, but it's behind him solidly. And that is where we are. Mighty millionaires shall be in the mighty name of Jesus. And so, the minister is there.
In this state, sir. You know, there is a generational shift. It's not just in the farming population, but also on the political landscape. And that generational shift, it's one that benefited a lot from what agriculture did. For example, His Excellency the Governor benefited from that. I benefited from that. We were all sent to school by Baba Awolowo's money of cocoa. And so it's time for us then to look back and see how we can change the situation that will create new opportunities for the new generation that is here and the one that's coming. So as I sat there, Your Excellency, and listened to your speech, and I'd like to have a copy of that speech, I think you are doing a remarkable, outstanding job. Honorable Commissioner of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives, Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture, His Excellency told me something, we're coming, and he mentioned it here, about his commitment to see that the state is not depending just on federal allocation accounts. And as you could hear him speaking here, I was actually quite excited for him to say that he expects in the year 2014, 20,000 young people that are going to be engaged in agriculture. For him to say that he has 3,000 hectares of land that is already prepared, each one of you getting 10 hectares each. To hear him talk about he has 500 million naira set aside as single-digit interest rate, for which you are each getting 1.4 million naira each. All that tells me that there's a difference between those that talk about what they want to do and those that actually do what they said they were going to do. I was there, I was a living witness when I came to this lovely state of Ekiti State, and in fact, His Excellency is right when he says my adopted state. I grew up, most part of my life I actually spent also in Ekiti. My father was a government auditor in Ekiti, so we went everywhere. We went from Ado-Ekiti to Arable, everywhere, and we ate a lot of pounded yam, I can tell you. But I was there that day when Honorable Commissioner, you started this initiative, and I must really commend you for the remarkable job you're doing here. And when His Excellency he came out in his boots, and he had his own farm. And then I assume that since you are all millionaires, that Your Excellency, you are also a millionaire farmer now. It's exciting. I feel elated. I feel excited. I feel that there's hope. And you are the hope. Because in a situation where we have a lot of our farmers that are aging fast, and a population that is growing very fast, it means that an aging population cannot feed a rapidly growing population. The demands of market have changed and are changing rapidly. You had His Excellency talk about the 15 million people in Lagos and how much money they spend buying food. Well, not just Lagos, but outside. He talked about rice, he talked about cocoa, he talked about oil palm, and he also talked about cocoa and cassava. And there are huge opportunities, but it requires a younger, entrepreneurial, more dynamic farming population than we had in the past. And I'm very, very happy that you are all part of that, feeding the future of Nigeria. With you that are here today and listening to what you're doing, I believe the future of Nigeria is very green. I want to say that we are going to be very, very supportive of you. In fact, I think Ekiti State is a model state. Because the Youth in Commercial Agricultural Development Program, the YCAD that you have, there are a number of lessons to learn from it. One is that you need a generation that's not forced to do things, but you need a generation that is inspired to do things. And each one of you here is inspired. You are inspired to get into this. It was not by compulsion of the state government. So that means that it is sustainable because it's by personal inspiration. But our job, my job as a minister, is to support the state government and to support you to excel and succeed in this thing that you have chosen. And you remember when I came, I did tell you at that time they were singing a song. And that song was Ishe Agberile Ishe Ilewa Eni Potishe Amajale where we call I see your God Atiada Koyubero. Now I now ask that day that was the song of old. Because nobody wants to do nobody wants to do hoe and cutlass. That's why, as a government, we are committed to modernizing agriculture, to making agriculture a business, one that is also fun doing. There's no reason why farmers in America will go to farm and come back and play golf. And you can do the same. Yes. But then you need to have tractors, you need to have combine harvesters, and I was happy when His Excellency was listing all these machinery that he was going to support it or have. I'm delighted that ADCO is going to be here. As a country, we have only 20,000 tractors. 20,000. Most of those are not even working. But we need 300,000 tractors. And that's why I went after ADCO. ADCO is the manufacturer of Massey Ferguson tractor in the world, and they're going to be establishing a plant here, 2 plants actually, and to make tractors that we can use in Nigeria. I have just finished an event with His Excellency the Governor on the issue of cassava bread, and it's fantastic to see that the demand from Veg Fresh. They need cassava. You're the ones that are going to grow the cassava. So the markets are getting ready for you. Let me announce to you that the federal government is also going to be launching very soon, very, very soon. In fact, in another month, I will invite His Excellency and some of you to that summit. It's going to be a summit to design the Youth in Agriculture, in Agribusiness Initiative for Nigeria, with a focus on it. We're going to spend about 37 billion naira. It's going to be a presidential initiative by His Excellency President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, where we will devote roughly 1 billion per state to generate a new cadre of commercial farmers for Nigeria. And you are already on the front line. Excellency, I said, you gave. He can see the trend that we must change that labor composition of agriculture. He has talked about it. He has discussed it with me, and I can see it live being done. So I want to promise you, Your Excellency, of 3,000% support. Eat what we grow, yes, and we will prosper from it. Yes.
The next thing now is the presentation of the check, which I will be going.
You have to look at that is your own 1,400,000 naira.
Thank you, sir. The next question.
Congratulations, Mrs. Teresa Oni, and this is your own take-off grant, 1,400,000 naira only. Adebayo Emmanuel, congratulations, this is your own take-off grant, 1,400,000 naira only.
Mr. Ojo Oreni, 1,400,000 naira to you for your farm. Congratulations. Your Excellency, these checks, they are so nice. Are you going to give me one? Mr. Ojoto Oshashono, 1,400,000 naira. Congratulations. Mr. Omoni Peter, 1,400,000 naira only. Congratulations.
Our commander goes to God Almighty, who spares our lives to be part of this history in Ekiti State. It is history because the foundation of New Ekiti State is being laid today in 150 young farmers. I congratulate myself and my other colleagues to become farmers of global standard that will not only feed Ekiti State but the entire world. Sir, we know that the task ahead of us is a Herculean one, but we want to assure you that through the training and orientation you have given to us, we will definitely take it to our next level of commercialization. Sir, you did not only give us fish, but you took pain to teach us how to catch fish on our own. Thank you for the hope of brighter future you have given to us and the various families we all here represent. We will not but mention this. We thank you so much for appointing man of impeccable character, a renowned professional, and a man of wealth of experience as the Commissioner of Agriculture. Arable, who painstakingly designed and fashioned this project as a reflection of the global experience in the world of agriculture. Our Honorable Commissioner, we will forever be indebted to you for this wonderful taste of life you have given to us. We also want to appreciate all the staff of Ministry of Agriculture who have worked day and night for the success of this program. Sir, what you have done is this. You have made 150 millionaires in Ekiti. Having reflected on the implication of this, you have given us financial weight. And Ade says, who has the financial power has the political weight. My inference is this. You have submitted the future of Ekiti on our hands. There is future governor of Ekiti State, ministers, commissioners. There is no amount of oratory that can actually qualify our thanks to you, sir. We are indeed grateful. God bless Ekiti. God bless Ekiti.
But after the national anthem, the high table, we have people who only those more than those specific items. All right, don't worry, when your success comes. Please let us write for the national anthem. Let's write for the national anthem. Remain where you are. Remain where you are. Remain where you are. Remain where you are, please.